Hey folks, it's Max here and welcome to another AEW video on TEW. You join us for another episode of Dynamite on the way to Fight for the Fallen. We carry on from last week, carrying on those storylines. Let's do it. It's this week's Dynamite. This week we are live at the American Airlines Arena, 13,562. And we start off with quite a promising opening matchup on the dark portion of the show. Claudio Castagnoli with a win over Ricky Starks in 7:35 with Neutralizer. As a 70. Bit of a shame this only got 8 minutes, but that is the rule for my pre-show matches, but I feel these two could put on some good matches with more time given. We had Toni Storm defeat Priscilla Kelly with the strong 0. That gathered a very strong 63. We had Evie defeat Tay Conti in 7:46 with a top rope splash. That was on a 40, unfortunately these two didn't click, and it showed in their performance. We had El Phantasmo defeat Kip Sabian in 8:13 with the greetings from Camwood Park. That was a 66. And I think there is plans for El Phantasmo. I think I've got an idea of what I want to do with him, so hopefully that'll come to fruition maybe over the next month or so, because it might be after All Out. And we had Shinsuke Nakamura defeat Humberto Garza in 8:17 with the running single leg high knee strike. 71. Actually pretty good that. And in the main event we had some great wrestling and good heat, with Samoa Joe taking the pinfall loss to Pete Dunne in 8:15 with the bitter end. And 72. Both guys with good performances. This obviously hampered by the lack of time and being on the pre-show. So we start the show with Miro calling out Hangman Adam Page, and he basically just continues what he's been saying. He is on an absolute warpath. He knows his matchup tonight will see him team up with Proud and Powerful to take on the other 3 members of Hangman's posse, Shawn Spears alongside the Butcher and the Blade, and he says he's going to make it game over for every single one of them, and then he's going to get his hands on the Hangman, and Hangman's just a nervous wreck. He's like, you ain't going to touch me, not this TNT championship is staying with me. And that was an 89. Hangman's getting stale though. Uh-oh. Now Tony Schiavone, he was with Lexi, and Lexi's just promoting up Will Hobbs in this 53 segment. It's just basically a case of Lexi just saying, you know, Tyler being overlooked. This is going to be one of the best prospects in AEW, and she's going to help guide them to the top. And Hobbs was in action against Laredo Kid, and he wins in 6:33 by pinfall. Only a 40 rating though, because both guys aren't particularly over, but we are building Will Hobbs up from the ground. We then had a terrible wrestling match that saw Tommy End defeat Mike Sydal, taking over from Matt's role in 4:32 with a roundhouse kick. Just a match up to make Tommy End look dominant, and he wins in 62 rated matchup. He then does some words for Chris Jericho, basically just saying that Jericho got lucky and that he still wants to get his revenge on Jericho. He still wants another matchup with Jericho, and he says if Chris pops up anywhere, even if it's a Fozzy concert, he'll be there and he's going to try and boot his head off. This leads to Chris coming out, and he basically says to Tommy End, here, there's a lot of people that want their hands on Chris Jericho, they want the Chris Jericho rub. I don't have any issue fighting you again, I've beaten you before and I'll beat you again, but I need to address what happened after that matchup when Andrade came out and attacked me. Clearly wants to make his name off of Chris Jericho, so Andrade, don't make me have to come to Lightning to hit you with a Judas effect. So an 84 there from Jericho, not his best work, but there's an idea where this feud's going. Obviously Jericho making quite a few enemies in AEW. We then had some 8-man tag, or 8-person tag action I should say, sorry, and that was a terrible matchup. The team of the Dark Order's Anna Jay, Sir Brody Lee and the Recruitment Specialists defeated Joe Janela, Nikki Storm and Moustache Mountain in 8:53 when Anna Jay submitted Nikki Storm. Obviously Brody's going to carry this, but a 67 is still pretty damn good there. Brody won 87, you can see the difference between him and Reynolds and Silver. So yeah, the leader, the coach, the mentor is going to drag the Dark Order up the card. And after it, Anna Jay cuts a promo on Kairi Hojo, a very strong 73 promo. She just basically says last week was a statement. She's got the blessing from her mentor, Sir Brody Lee. It's her time to go solo, and she's going to take that Women's Championship from Kairi Hojo. Moving on with more women's action with a poor matchup seeing Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, defeat Natty Neidhart in 10-11 by pinfall. 64. Natty playing her player coach role well, but I felt like she was someone that could elevate Dr. Britt Baker as she continues her great run in AEW. After the matchup, she's joined, of course, by her partner, Adam Cole, the mixed tag team champions. And Adam Cole just says, look, ever since I came to AEW, I've been on a roll. Look at Britt, she's been on an absolute roll. Not only is she a champion, but she's going to help Mercedes make the fashion empire a massive brand. All things are looking up within this household, basically, is what they're saying. We then had more Dark Order action as the Dark Order Stu Grayson and Evil Uno defeated Jurassic Express in 14:01 when Evil Uno pinned Jungle Boy with the reverse pile driver. 71. It's a bit of a shame that Jungle Boy will obviously take the fall here after obviously the promising programme I've had him in before. But I feel like he's someone that can either go high or low, and I do worry he's maybe pop capped as well, which is an absolute shame. But I do want to get the Dark Order as another team that can be challenging in the tag division, and this is a good step on that direction. Next up we have a promo from Gallows and Anderson. The Good Brothers basically just saying it's a laugh that the Dark Order are picking up victories, but they haven't forgotten what Proud and Powerful and the Lucha Bros done to them. They're aware the Proud and Powerful are in action shortly, and they'll just keep a keen eye on that matchup. That's at 61. Match itself, the 6-man tag. Poor matchup, Miro and Proud and Powerful defeat the Hangman Posse in 12:25 when Miro pinned Shawn Spears with a bullplex. 70. You can see the difference in overness between both teams, but I felt like it had a good combination, putting Miro with Proud and Powerful, and a shame for the Butcher and the Blade, they have to take a fall again. It's a promo from Lance Archer. Next, he says he's fighting fit, he's ready to go, and when he's back in the ring, everybody dies, basically. So he's going to be looking on the lookout to see who he can get his hands on, because he is chomping at the bits to get back to action. And the main event, we changed up again, we went with this, and it was a superb matchup. The team of Darby Allin and Johnny Gargano with the win over MJF and Wardlow in 14:13 when Darby Allin pinned Wardlow following the coffin drop. He's a weak link here with his 66 performance, which is why he took the losing fall. I didn't realise how 50-50 booking had made Wardlow, which in real life is quite mental considering how strongly booked he was, but yeah, continues on this feud here with Darby and Johnny getting the upper hand after the attack last week. 81's okay, it's not fantastic. And it does lead to a beatdown after the matchup. They've thrown Gargano out, so it's basically MJF, Wardlow, they're joined by Ricky Starks, Mark Quinn, the full of the Uprising. And of all people to make the save, it is the aerial assassin Will Ospreay who saves Darby from a serious beating. So now it's 4 against 3. And at the time of recording, I don't know who the fourth is going to be, but looking forward to this feud with the Uprising and some guys that maybe need something here in AEW. But 84, Darby came across as a star, MJF came out looking excellent, Mark Quinn not so much, but of course there's plenty of time to get Mark Quinn over. Show itself, standard 82, increasing our pop in 8 regions. That's good. We're basically at a stage now where we're getting a consistent level of our shows, and it's more so about getting money rather than getting in the popularity within the states. We're always going to get pop gains in the lesser regions, that's always going to be inevitable, which is good, but the focus is on getting the money in, so we can be maybe a bit more aggressive in terms of, I wouldn't even say recruitment, because recruitment is pretty strong. I'd probably more so just say getting people, or getting more exposure, getting obviously better TV deals. PWG have signed EC3, Bronson Reed is going to stay with WWE. If I did have about 9 million other people, in fact, I might actually go for Bronson Reed. Let's just sign everyone apparently. And new champion is Eddie Edwards wins the vacated ROH World Championship, so good on him. Mysterio's contract's ending. We've got Brian Pillman Jr. and Renee Paquette back from suspension and rehab, and pretty much respectively. Tyler Bates turning a good worker, says Dean Malenko, and our show was a 3.49, so decent stuff. I'm going to go ahead and give Mysterio a new short-term contract. I'm going to go ahead and offer a deal to Jonah Rock, aka Bronson Reed. And yeah, that's it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. We are, as I say, halfway with Dynamite, on the road to Fight for the Fallen. Every pay-per-view is practically at the end of the month. It just keeps it easy. And basically, if you enjoyed it, a wee thumbs up appreciated. If you haven't already, hit the sub button for these videos to drop in your inbox. Let me know what your thoughts are on this save, your own save, wrestling in general, because by the time this goes live, wrestling will be far different from how it is just now. Just a sneaky suspicion, considering it is July. It's not July when this goes live, and there was certainly rumours of some free agents going to AEW who may or may not be there right now. Be interested in looking back if they did appear, and if wrestling has changed dramatically. But yeah, just for watching, much appreciated. If anything you can tell by that kind of statement, it's I'm having a lot of fun with this save and can't put it down, basically, hence we're so far ahead. But yeah, that's good. It's always good when you're really into a save, and let's hope that continues. So thank you for watching, enjoy your day, see you soon, bye bye.